Welcome, Professional Rookies Podcast. I'm your host, Rini Angolia. Brian's got me laughing.
What'd I do now?
Just your mannerisms.
I feel like I have to do the
That's
dance
my
now.
co-host, Brian Ferreira.
Hello.
Brian said he's going to be more authoritative today when he talks because he's a little, what's the word? A little submissive. Like you.
No. We don't like submissive. Timid.
Okay, timid. This is episode 20, I think.
Yeah. We still have some listeners.
We do, believe it or not. I stopped looking. We have this database where we can go and see how many downloads and stuff. This week I've been so busy with other stuff. I just haven't been looking. There's a lot of stuff going on, but
We have some listeners from the UK. I think there's somebody from Namibia listens to us. It would be cool. I think it would be cool because we are on Twitter, and I think it would be cool for the people from outside the U.S. that are listening to us to say hi to us so we kind of get an idea of where we're listening to outside.
And throw a topic at us. So,
yeah.
We'll get into that. How was your week?
Good. The weekend was a little crazy. I told you the story before on the air, but I had to rescue my uncle.
Uncle Sal.
Uncle Sal.
He's older. He's kind of got discombobulated.
Yeah,
lost his way. It happens.
It's...
Listen, I hope I'm alive at 94 to get lost in my car.
94, the guy's driving around in his Isuzu Rodeo. But it's one of those experiences that when I was in homicide, we would do missing persons investigations, and it was actually to see the other side of it. Thank God it was just a missing person. He was found, he was okay, but to see how the to be on the outside of it kind of gave me a different perspective. But we were able to find him. I spent Saturday night with Uncle Sal in the hospital. Sunday, his family came and got him, and hopefully he's back in.
He's back in South Florida. All's well.
Florida. Yeah,
with Uncle Sal. So that's good.
I was supposed
to
see Maverick, but I missed it because of that. But it is what it is. It's family.
You gotta. Did you get a refund on the tickets?
Got a rain check.
Rain check.
Yeah, I got a rain check.
So last week's.
How about you? Sorry, I cut you off. How was your week?
Yeah, it's been hectic.
Yeah,
busy. Got a lot going on. Again, nothing. A lot of personal stuff, but nothing like serious. But just a lot going on.
Yeah.
So, and we're a step closer to college football season. So a great couple days of sports. Ole Miss wins the College Baseball World Series. They beat the Oklahoma Sooners 2-0 in the best of 3. So, and Ole Miss was the last team selected in the tournament. So I love the signs. First or last in, last out.
Yeah.
So good for them.
They survived.
Good for them. And then last night, the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah.
And by the way, Cale Makar, former UMass player.
Yeah. Right. Cool.
Most valuable player. Great defenseman. He's only like 23 years old. Kid's a freaking rock star.
Yeah.
Absolutely rock star. So
it was a good game last night.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
6-game series. So.
Yeah. Kevin put up a little fight.
They did. Listen, it would have been 3 in a row. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
I know.
The fact that they've made it to 3 in a row is amazing. They won 2. And Colorado stepped up, and they're a good team. So, yeah, that was... But now, hockey's over. College baseball's over. So, next up, baby, college football.
Maybe I'll learn something this year.
You will.
All right.
We'll do a segment where I teach you something every show, something new. And then at the end of the season, we'll
have
quiz you.
Yeah.
So last week's show, so you're a cop. I didn't check any of the numbers. That's why we brought it up. We were talking about it. Good numbers. People like the cop stuff. So
they do.
We need to do more of it. Some other personal stuff I can't talk about now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get into it, which may... I'm not going to get into it now. If something becomes official, I hate being cryptic. If something becomes official,
it's a teaser.
I'll bring it up. But it may give us some
material.
Yeah. Some good material that apparently people like to listen to. So
they like the cop stuff.
So this week we figured let's have a little fun.
Yeah.
We just talked about hockey season ending, college baseball ending. We're into the dog days of summer movies. Although Brian didn't go see Top Gun Maverick because Uncle Sal got lost. I told you either last show or a couple shows ago, they all blend in now.
Yes.
I've seen a ton of movies. So we saw Elvis this week.
Right.
I thought it was okay. I thought it could have been better. I thought it was very patchy, if that's the right word. And listen, that's why movie critics, to me, that was all. It's always the weirdest job, because just because you like something doesn't mean I'm gonna like it, or vice versa, right? So movie critics always just I never got it. Give your opinion, what you think you like, what you don't, but ultimately, I could love a movie, you could hate it. Sure. You know what I mean? But so the gist of the Elvis movie was that and I'm not really giving anything away.
Spoiler alert.
It's not. His manager, Colonel Tom Parker, took advantage of him. So that's kind of what it was about, and it was patchy. But I mean, come on, it's Elvis. He's the king. I think they could have did so much more with.
How was the guy? How was the guy that played him?
Played Elvis. The kid did great.
Really?
I'm probably going to screw his name. I want to say Austin Butler.
Do I need to check it?
He's a real young kid. He was
look it up.
He was on like. He was on like Hannah Montana and like all those shows. Yeah, I thought he knocked it out of the park. I thought he was great. He played a phenomenal Elvis. So that part I thought was great. I thought the movie itself was a little patchy, but his portrayal of Elvis was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was Austin Butler.
I was right.
Yeah,
see that?
Yeah,
he was great. And then Tom Hanks played the Colonel Tom Parker. I mean, I have no idea who Colonel Tom Parker is.
So
I don't really know. Yeah. But yeah, I thought Austin Butler was phenomenal. He's gonna in this role will make him a breakout star. Now you'll see him. Wow. He'll get a ton of movies now, big time movies.
That's a tough. I mean, could you imagine? Hey, you're gonna be Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
there was scenes in that movie towards the end when they showed older Elvis and even younger Elvis, where you're like, okay, was that a real clip of Elvis or was that him? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Especially at the end of the movie, you're like, holy cow. He looked just like Elvis.
Really?
Yeah. So, but it was good. It's worth seeing. Yeah. I'll say that. Top Gun to me, Maverick, still far and away the best movie.
It's cleared like $1 billion, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's the best movie by far.
I'll tell you what movie is not good.
Buzz Lightyear.
Oh my goodness! I don't
have little kids, so I won't go see it.
So Joey was like, "Can we go see it? Can we go see it? Can we?" It was constant barrage of, "I want to go see it." So I said, "Okay, fine." And
easy with what you say.
No. Listen. You take politics out of it, right? Because I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding Lightyear with the kiss and everything else. Take all that out of it for a second. The movie just sucked. I mean, it was boring. I mean, you can't have like this. And I said this. It's like this good versus evil like plot line. It's not there anymore. Yeah, so it's like
they want to make everything like. I don't even know. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get aggravated.
It's not even the politics.
But like, you can't even have like you said, like, see, but that's why I think like the Avengers are so good and all these other because it's good versus evil.
Right.
Guys, it's a effing cartoon. Right. It's make believe. Right. You can have good guys, bad guys, villains, heroes. Yeah. You can have everything.
But it's like, okay, and again. What is it? You have dogs, right? What's it? It's like
lots of dogs.
Man and his dog, right? That's kind of one of those
man's best friend.
One of those tropes.
I love
it's
my
like,
dogs.
But they gave them a cat, and I'm just going, okay, nothing against the cat people here.
I like cat. I like cats too.
But let's be real. You know what I'm saying? They gave him a cat. Why? And it felt to me like they were bending over backwards not to have like guns. Like laser guns, ray guns. They did kind of, but it was so. Boring. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it at that.
Because of what we just talked about, our show this week is going to be our top 5 sports movies of all times. All time. I have my list. Brian has his list, and we'll debate. We'll talk, and we'll talk about probably some of the all time worst as well. And the one thing in doing research for this, you don't realize until you research it how many sports movies there are. There are a lot, and then of course there's a debate. Is that a sports movie or not?
Right.
And I almost think the category should get broken up into, is it based on real life, a true story or not? Because there's a lot of those that are great too. But man, a lot of great sports movies out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, and a lot that I haven't seen, obviously, like looking through the list, I'm like, wow. And I watch a lot of movies. It's like, I need to go back and really kind of catch up on the sports movies because my list is not exactly extensive.
So do you want to do like we'll start with your 5, my 5 and go like that? Or how do you want to do
whatever
it?
you want to do. Yeah. So, and you're going to laugh at some of mine.
So we'll start with your number 5, top 5. So we'll go from 5 to 1. So your 5th best sports movie of all time is?
I would say Secretariat. I'm changing my. You're looking at my paper. I'm changing.
Well,
my
I'm
order
looking
a
at
little
it backwards.
Yeah,
So,
but I'm changing my order a little bit. But yeah, Secretariat would be like my 5th best sports movie. I thought that movie was phenomenal.
I don't have that on my list,
No,
but
right.
I love horse movies in general.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
That was a great movie. I liked Seabiscuit too. I know you didn't.
I wasn't as big of a fan, but I liked. So I did a little research.
There's that other horse movie too with the little girl and Kurt Russell's the dad. I forgot the freaking name of it. I'd like that movie too.
Kurt Russell's the dad. I'm trying to think. I can't.
It'll
but
come
this
to
one,
us back.
I liked Secretariat. I guess Disney made that movie too, and there was some embellishment and some changes because I guess it when they're doing the Belmont race, which is the biggest one, the longest one, they had Secretariat had this kind of rivalry with this other horse, and the owner of that horse, Disney portrayed him to be like a real a-hole, and apparently in real life he was one of the nicest guys going, so he kind of got like written in there pretty bad, but it was a very inspirational movie. It was cool to see this Penny Tweedy, I think her name was, whatever it was. She really believed in that horse, and it was really great to watch that movie. And the horse itself was just far and away. I don't think they've ever had a horse like that. Yeah.
So my phone's going off as I so PSA. Let me do a public service
Who is it?
announcement. So it's my doctor's office. I have
God.
an appointment tomorrow because I'm 50. I got to go get my colonoscopy.
Oh, have fun with
So make sure. I mean, in all seriousness, you really should do it. They say 45 now, and I haven't. So I'm going to get that done. So if you're out there and you're listening,
I haven't got that memo yet.
well, you're younger than me,
I'm
but
47.
got to do it. So anyway,
Yeah.
that was my doctor's office. Who knows if they're canceling my appointment, but I just wanted to do a little PSA there. So, okay, my
Yes,
number five, and I cheated because it was a tie for these. I have 3 movies tied at 5 because I didn't want to make them honorable mention. I liked them all. I can do what I want, Brian.
Okay. Yes, you
my
can.
show.
Yeah, it's your show. Oh, wait, our show.
Our show.
Yes. Really yours.
So, and I don't really have to explain them all, but All the Right Moves, Rudy, and Vision Quest.
Oh my God! How
So-
did I forget Rudy?
So
How did I
Vision
forget Rudy?
Quest is a
Right.
wrestling movie. It's
Yes.
phenomenal. My wife had never seen it, and we watched it like last week, and she
Right.
loved it.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. You know what else is great? The freaking soundtrack.
Yes.
I put like 2
Yeah.
songs on
Yep.
my phone, so when I run now,
Yep.
no more words. It's such a change from what the hell's his name?
Matt Modine.
No, Matthew Modine is the actor in it.
Right.
No, the one song when he climbs the freaking climbs
Oh,
the wood
the
pegboard.
pegboard?
Oh, it's the best.
What song is it?
It's Change.
Okay.
Hold on.
And he's looking, but it was a good story though too. I think but
It was a great. I thought it was a great.
high
movie.
school wrestling is a great sport. I don't think it gets as much attention as other sports, and that movie kind of shed a light on it to see just how much work wrestlers put in, how much physical and mental training that they go through to try and. Are you listening? What are you doing? You're listening.
Well, it's John Waite. John Waite had a bunch of hits,
yeah.
but he does the song Change. So yeah, I love Vision Quest. Rudy, of course.
Yes.
Again, real life story. How do you not like Rudy, especially a football guy like me?
Right.
Notre Dame. I wanted to go to Notre Dame when I was a kid, so I love the Rudy story. And then All the Right Moves. A lot of people probably like, I don't even remember that movie. So that's a Tom Cruise movie.
saw
So,
it, but-
of course, in honor of Maverick doing so good, he was a defensive back. He played for the Ampipe Bulldogs,
Right.
high school in Pennsylvania. Stefan Georgievich was his name, and he gets into it with his coach. He gets kicked off the team, and it brings me back to like old school high school football. So I really like that movie. So if you're a football fan, a high school, college fan, and you've never seen All the Right Moves, you should rent it.
Is it based on a true story?
Do you even rent movies? I don't think it is, but it's based on like
Okay.
high school football in Pennsylvania, which it's huge in Pennsylvania. So it's very realistic.
Right.
So, so that's my 5. I got a tie for 5. All the Right
What
Moves,
about-
Rudy, and Vision Quest.
And you go back to Rudy, the movie itself. There was some pretty young. Because that was in what the
Sean Astin is
late
Rudy.
80s, early 90s. I want to say
Early 90s,
right. Okay, Vince Vaughn was in that movie.
I know he was.
Yeah.
He was the one of the running backs.
He was little.
That
he got mad.
Rudy tackled him, drilled him, and he got up and threw the ball at him. He goes, "What are you, a freaking hero?"
Right? Yeah, him and Vince Vaughn.
Yeah,
I just said Vince Vaughn. Who's the other guy? John Favreau.
Yeah,
he's in it too. Obviously, he's got a bigger part, but it was cool. I didn't catch that right away. I was watching it one time, like, oh my god, it's Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I when you watch old movies, or at least when I watch old movies, I will look at the credits because inevitably there's a name in there that you didn't even see the person in the movie. They had such a small role.
Right. And now here they are. So all right.
Number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me. I'm gonna go with it's kind of an obscure movie. It's called Without Limits. Anybody ever hear that?
So I knew it was a running movie.
Right,
I think I've seen bits and pieces. I don't think I've ever sat and watched the whole thing. That's Pre LaFontaine. How do I say his name?
Prefontaine.
Prefontaine.
Yeah. So
LaFontaine. That's a
LaFontaine,
hockey player.
It's a great movie. I mean, if you're into running, obviously I was at the time when I saw it. But Steve Prefontaine,
He ran for Oregon, right? University of Oregon, which of course Nike and the whole 9 yards.
He ran for Bill Bowerman, who actually started Nike with Phil Knight. And Bowerman was the guy that was, and they show it in the movie. He was the one that was experimenting with like the rubber soles for the shoes, and he was using his wife's waffle iron. That's kind of where Nike came from, you know. And so they worked that into the movie, but. Steve Prefontaine was like a prolific distance runner in high school and college. He held like pretty much every record. I know he did like the 5K, like the 5,000 meter was like his big one. But he lost. Well, spoiler alert if you want to watch it or not. But he actually lost in the Olympics in '72. He lost the 5,000 meter, and it was a big disappointment. But it just showed how he came back from that.
When was that movie? It's an old movie, right? 80s?
No. Maybe 99.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
around there.
Yeah, okay.
2000, 99, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah. It was produced by Tom Cruise because apparently Tom Cruise was a big distance runner when he was like in high school and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was produced by Tom Cruise.
Are you making that up?
No. Look, it's him and
Google it.
Paula Wagner, I think, or somebody like they produced it. But yeah, I paid attention to the movie. It was a really good movie. It was one of those movies like when I was running a lot. I
was going to say you used to run a lot.
Well, yeah, I did. And you'd like when those days you didn't feel like you weren't motivated. Like I'd pop it on and like watch a little bit of it. And be like, okay, I'm going to go run now. So
I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to be mean to you.
No,
I'm not going to be mean to you.
I'm the foil. Go ahead.
So you're wearing a T-shirt that said "World's Okiest Golfer," which
okayest.
Okayest. I thought it was okiest, like goofy.
Okayest.
See, okay,
I'm okay. Jeannie got me this.
You have a long beard going on.
Mm-hmm. Jeannie hates the beard.
You've been eating a lot, so you look a little plump. You're starting to look like Santa Claus. I hate to say it.
Everybody's got to have their thing.
People are going to be like, "You're so mean. You're so mean to him." I'm just busting his chops.
When I go home and cry as I'm eating the cookies that I bought yesterday, maybe it'll stop me.
What kind of cookies you buy?
Oh my god, they're the red velvet kinds.
Red velvet's good.
They're phenomenal. It's like Toll House or something. I think they're fat free.
Do you have them with milk?
Nah. I just whack them right down.
Them down. One whole package at a time.
Listen, coming December, beef is Santa Claus. Yeah. All right, so you're number 4.
My number 4, you said before we went on air here that you've never seen it, and my wife's never seen it, and I was yelling at her the other night. I'm like, we're watching this movie, but she won't let me put it on. Slapshot. It's phenomenal, and of course, I got 2 hockey movies on my list, but Slapshot's on there. I don't know if it's because I was into playoff hockey with the NHL.
Right.
But Slapshot to me, Paul Newman's phenomenal.
Paul Newman's a great actor. Was.
The triplets, the brothers. It's a cult movie, right. but it's great. I think it's great. So again, this is my top 5. So if you're not a hockey person, you don't need to be a hockey person to like that movie and enjoy it. We used to recite the lines in high school all the time.
Well, those brothers are hilarious. I've seen bits and pieces of the Hanson brothers, right?
Yeah, they're not triplets or anything. They look like triplets, but they're just brothers.
The long hair and the glasses. But it's so funny.
They brought their effing toys.
Yeah, that's right.
They bring their toys, and then there's a scene where they're putting foil on their hands underneath their gloves, and they're like, "What are you guys doing?" They're foiling up, coach. We're foiling up, and they'd kill everyone. They just were fighters. They fought everybody. Yeah, they wore glasses. You got to see it. It's like I can't believe you've never seen it.
No, I mean I need to. It's just. I like those movies, and I need to watch it because, you watch that '70s kind of hockey, and you see the the goalie had that plastic face mask.
Well, not only that, and
they weren't wearing helmets.
They're the minor leagues, and it's a great movie. I got to get my wife to watch it.
On the grind. Yeah, we got to watch that. All right,
Number three for you.
Number three is I'm gonna go with Tin Cup. Tin Cup for number 3.
I like Tin Cup.
Tin Cup was a
okay.
good movie. Yeah, it wasn't okay. It was a good movie.
It was good. It was good.
Rome, the golf god, a little nod to the golf gods, Rome, and that part where he keeps going for it. Again, spoiler alert. There's a lot of spoiler alerts in this, but at the end he goes.
I'm pretty
for
sure
it.
we're not spoiling any of these movies
the 90s,
for people.
But yeah, it had a lot of cameos in it, and
it's in my honorable mention.
I thought it was a good movie in the sense that if you are a golfer, you kind of get that. It's like Renee Russo comes in, she's got all the gadgets and everything.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, I'm looking at Rini, and as we play golf, Rini's always like, I think I'm going to get this club, right? I think I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
He likes to try new things. Rini does, and
Can I say something that's probably not politically correct?
Go ahead.
But it's our show, right?
Yeah.
It's not the arrow, it's the Indian.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So it's not the club. And I'm one of those guys. Yeah. Oh, I got to buy this. It's not. Listen, you want to get humbled? Go to any golf course in America and there'll be an 80-year-old guy playing with like Persimmon Woods from like 1976 who hits the ball 150 yards straight every freaking time.
Yep.
And he can't get to any par 4s and 2, but you get done playing with him and the guy's like, I shot an 84.
Yeah, no.
82.
Yeah. I can't.
So it's not, it's not all the equipment, although the equipment companies would like you to believe it because they want you to spend $600 on a new driver every year.
No, but so I like that part where he's like, just grip it, rip it, and he gets the yips in it and stuff.
Yeah.
And listen,
it's good. It's one of those movies where you totally don't even have to like golf
and you can
watch the movie.
So
that's crossed over there. So that's yours.
My 3.
My 3 is I'm staying in hockey again. Miracle.
Yes,
Miracle. Yeah. I mean, that story of the U.S. hockey team in 1980 winning the gold medal in Lake Placid, and I've been into that. I've been to that hockey because
by Rochester. Yeah,
I've been to Lake Placid and I've toured, and it's such a small little rink, and it wasn't even on live TV at the time, and it's arguably the biggest upset in the history of sports ever.
Weren't they? They were playing something else because there was another event going on or something. If I remember right, they were playing something else.
Something with they weren't huge with like the live sports.
Yeah.
So it was in tape delay,
right?
And it's just and a lot of people don't remember either. It wasn't even the gold medal game. That was the second. That was to get to the gold medal game,
right?
And they ended up winning the gold medal because I think it would have obviously dampened the upset of Russia if they didn't close it out and win the gold medal. But I love that movie just because obviously it's a true story. But then when the movie really shows you what they went through, how hard they worked, and the fact that when he assembled that team, he wasn't looking for all stars, right? And again, these were our college kids that were playing basically the pros of Russia. He put together his team based on what he needed, what he felt would win the gold medal, and it's phenomenal how they show it.
Well, now I'm looking at Sue's walking around with the dogs out there. No, I think that beyond that was what 1980. I think when the actual game happened, 1980. It was the height of the Cold War and USA versus Russia, and it was just on a small scale. It just showed what that. It personified, I guess, those sides. If that makes sense.
It's funny where we are today with gas prices.
Yeah,
gas. I remember in that movie they talked gas shortage and there was no gas and people were waiting in line and
it's just that
But I love that movie.
Yeah, what a
just
great
how
movie.
hard they
what
worked.
A great story.
And it just goes to show you watch that and nothing good comes easy. You have to put the effort in, the work, the hard work and
something else you said too, and Without Limits covers this too. It showed how America in the Olympics was really behind. A lot of these nations were letting professionals play.
But I almost like that.
And you talk about the amateurs.
I like that our amateurs did it. Like for forever, our basket. I remember it was '84 when the Dream Team the door just got busted open by like 3 dogs. Easy boys. They can stay in here. It's my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Came in and the dog just busted in. Well, I've been digressing a lot. It's like, I don't know if I think it's like turtle mating season. I don't know.
Oh, so neighbors?
There's turtles everywhere back in my property, and the dogs love messing with them, and they freaking flip them over on their back.
That's bad. Yeah.
So I got to go get them and flip them back over and get the dogs in. So
just felt like Christmas Story. Remember a Christmas Story at the end where they all come in and get the turkey?
They didn't knock the turkey over though. But getting back to what we were talking about, I liked the amateurism of it. Now, 84, the dream team came at basketball. I liked that we always had a chip on our shoulder, and we were kind of an underdog that our amateurs were playing, our college kids were playing.
Right, but I think the big problem was the funding. You look at you look at the USSR, or you look at these other countries. They were getting their meals taken care of. They were getting their training taken care of. And
they were pros. They were pros.
A lot of in America, the amateurs were having to pay for a lot of that stuff. So that just showed the amateur status versus the professional status. And
I agree.
We still did well.
Yeah,
showed a lot. I agree with you there. So. All right, who's up?
You, number 2, Deuce.
Number 2, huh? So let's stay with this USSR versus the United States kind of thing. Rocky IV.
Okay.
Rocky IV, phenomenal movie. Come on, there's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home.
Actually,
a little montage in there.
The training montage. I have that on my running too. It was listen. It wasn't close to the best Rocky of the movies. It wasn't the worst. It was decent. It was decent.
I remember going to the movie theater and watching that movie and
get you pumped up.
Well, yeah, everybody's like cheering like it's a real boxing match. You're like, yeah, like, hold on a second, it's just a movie. But yeah, we all stood up and clapped. I mean, we're little kids. We're sitting in the aisle because there was nowhere to sit and stuff. But
I'll just jump into it. So it's funny. My 2 is Rocky, the original.
Yeah, but that's a great movie too.
The reason why the original is so good and is a great movie is, one, Sylvester Stallone not only acted and he wrote the thing. Okay, that's number 1.
And he drank raw eggs.
Yeah. Big spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Rocky, well, because after that movie, everyone wanted to drink raw eggs.
You think that would work for me? Should I do that?
No, stay away.
Damn it.
So I'm about to give you a spoiler alert.
Go ahead.
If you're listening to this pod and you haven't seen Rocky, I apologize because it came out in I think the original Rocky was like 77. He loses.
Yep.
To me, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it just set up Rocky 2 so well. And I'm thinking, man, the main character in the movie, great movie, Rocky, he loses. I thought that was phenomenal. Yeah. So to me, Rocky is number 2 all-time best sports movie for me.
And Rocky 2, you want to talk about motivation. When she wakes up, again, spoiler alert, when Adrian wakes up out of the coma, and she backs him, she tells him to win, and Mickey's like, what are we waiting for? And you're like, damn, dude, this is the best. You watch that, you're like, I can go do anything.
You want to go go run like in Little Italy or something. Pick your city anywhere and go run, get the fruit thrown at you.
Or I got to just run, period, and stop being a fat ass. But yeah, great movies.
And that movie, correct me if I'm wrong, Best Picture, and he was
nominated, I think,
was
right?
he Best Actor or nominated
for? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Best Picture. I mean,
we can look it up.
I'm sure it.
Oh, my microphone almost fell over. Did you see that?
Lucky your cat-like skills and reflexes grabbed it.
Yeah, Academy Awards. Let's see. Rocky Academy Awards. We're looking.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so he was a nominee
for actor, but he didn't get it.
Best Picture.
Yep.
Best Director.
Yep.
Best Film Editing. Nominee for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. Paulie. Right? It was Paulie, right?
Paulie. It's like almost like your Uncle Sal.
Uncle Sal, yeah. He's like, what are you, crazy?
That was a great movie, so.
Yeah. Okay. So
Number one. Brian Ferreira, Beefs, number one,
I have
sports movie.
So many honorable mentions.
We can chat about him real quick.
I'm going to go with Remember the Titans. I thought that was a phenomenal movie.
Good movie.
Denzel is just a great actor. And I don't know that other guy, the guy that was the other coach, Yost or whatever. He did a great job in that movie.
It was a very, very good movie. That's in my kind of honorable mention. Good movie.
It's just one of those movies, like when you're flipping through and it's on, you got to watch it and stuff. It's great message, great movie. And it's just one of those, it's just an inspiring movie.
Yeah, it is. My number one and go-to movie, so bring it back to police work. So when we first came on and we were patrol officers in the early 2000s,
right?
Orlando, like a lot of cities, more so in the South than the North doesn't do this, but we have what's called extra duty. We've talked about this on the podcast before, off duty. So whenever they're doing highway projects or they're fixing a road or a street, you have to have police officers there. And a lot of times it's state troopers, but if there's streets that are redone in the city of Orlando, they'll hire us. And so I remember Colonial Drive
right.
in Orlando, which is a main street in like 2001.
Right.
They tore it up and they redid it. I don't know if you remember that, section by section. So we had extra duty. So on our nights off, you'd go there, you put your uniform on, you sit with your police car, you put your lights on. It's just basically to show people, hey, there's construction workers out here working.
Right.
So, and this was before, we didn't even have computers back then.
No.
But I had one of those little carry
the DVD
players.
Yeah.
And so this was my go-to move because you sit in the car for like 6 hours, so you'd put a DVD in and watch. I always put in Hoosiers. That was my number one sports movie.
Oh, yeah, that's a great movie.
Gene Hackman. I just love that story. Just, small town that went on to win the state championship. And it's not a true story, but it's based off a school in the 50s that kind of did that. But
Gene Hackman's a phenomenal actor.
It's such a good movie.
He's such a good actor. So it's
so that to me, and again, this is
what year did that come out?
Oh God,
let me look. We're gonna check.
Late 80s.
Okay, keep talking.
No, to me, that's just my number one movie. I just love that movie.
1986.
Yeah.
So
I was in high school.
If I remember right, no, 86. I'm trying to think. When my first job was at the movie theater. Like I was in like 8th grade or something like that, and I was working in the movie theater. So I think it was right around that time. I want to say I would actually sneak in. Like once the popcorn was all sold and the movie started, I would go in and watch that movie in the movie theater. So yeah, I saw a lot of same parts at the same times, but it's a great movie. Yeah. It just really is. And I don't even like basketball that much. Like I'm not a huge basketball fan.
It's one of those Barbara Hershey's in it. It's one of those movies that there's a storyline there too. It's not just basketball. And I love the underdog stories. Hence why. And I mean, actually look at all the movies. So who's your underdog story? Rocky, underdog story. Miracle, underdog story. Slapshot, just funny as all get out hockey movie. So, but All the Right Moves, kind of an underdog story. Rudy, an underdog story. Vision Quest, underdog story. Yeah. So there you go. I didn't even realize that.
Well, we love the underdog story. I mean, it's just in our psyche. It's like, the fight from behind and to, beat this.
When people tell you can't do something.
Yeah. Yeah. You have this opponent and that is like the boogeyman, and to beat him, just to enter on the, the pedestal and say, I did the best. That's American. I mean,
go ahead.
What?
I'll say you want to throw some of your honorable mentions out?
Sure. Okay, so we talk about different movies too, right? Not the main sports ones. I like old movies. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go back a little bit, but there's a second part to it. The Hustler and The Color of Money. Do you remember? Did you ever watch The Hustler? Yeah. Okay, so The Color of Money was actually a continuation of that movie. It's Fast Eddie Felson. It was Paul Newman.
Yep.
And
little billiards.
Yeah, but that pool scene where he plays, it's Minnesota Fats. I don't know if you remember who played Minnesota Fats, but it's somebody very famous. Jackie Gleason. Okay. And Jackie Gleason was actually a really good pool player in real life. He loved playing pool, so that's why they cast him in that. And when he was playing for real. You understand? He was really good at pool. And then The Color of Money, obviously, you got Tom Cruise and I can't remember the actress's name right now, but Paul Newman brings back that role of Fast Eddie Felson, and just like to see kind of that circuit of where they go and travel and how they're hustling people and playing for money and stuff. I think they're great movies. I like them. So
what else you got?
What else do I got? I got all right. So let me cross that off my list. Raging Bull. How about Raging Bull?
Yeah, that's Jake LaMotta. That's on a lot of people's list as like a top 3 movie, but that's a great movie too.
I mean, De Niro's going. Okay, agree with me or not, I'm not getting political, but De Niro's kind of gone off the deep end, but he was great in that movie.
He's a phenomenal actor.
Great, man.
Phenomenal actor.
You're overcooking it. Bring it over here. It's like charcoal. I mean, it's a great movie. What's his name's in that movie? Joe Pesci's in that movie. And Joe Pesci's great. Remember he wants him to hit him and stuff? He's like, nope. So I thought Raging Bull was a great movie if you're into boxing at all. Go ahead. Give me a couple yours. I got a couple more.
Well, some you said.
Sorry.
Tin Cup, it's on there. Caddyshack is obviously
I got that.
Really close to being one of the top movies of all time. Bull Durham, another one, baseball movie.
Okay.
The Natural, another baseball movie.
I just thought of another.
And The Natural's one that I always kind of, if it's on, I stop and watch it.
Oh, yeah. Robert Redford. It's phenomenal. And that's another story. I like those old, like going back to like the 50s and stuff. I just love those movies. I think it's great.
Sandlot's one that's been on it's been on a lot lately, actually.
I watched that with Joey the other day.
Moneyball, another baseball movie.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, and that's a true story based on the Oakland A's and how they basically started using the computer systems in terms of statistics and how they sign players and use players. And so it's interesting. Here's one that you probably wouldn't think was on my list, but I thought it was a great movie, and I've seen it many times. Jerry Maguire. I thought Jerry Maguire was a good movie.
I never saw it.
No, maybe I'm a Tom Cruise fan.
Yeah, I never
and
saw
I'm sure people are yelling at their radios or whatever they're listening to this podcast on because you brought up bowling.
Yeah.
How about The Big Lebowski?
The Big Lebowski's a great movie. So Where's the money, Lebowski? That is a great movie.
Yeah.
I'm the dude.
The dude.
Well, how about this though? They made a new, I want to say, I don't know if it's Apple TV. I'd have to look it up. Remember John Turturro?
Yeah.
And remember he's Jesus in that movie? He's the guy with the purple and the long nail. They made it a sequel or like a side movie.
He's one of the guys who's cleaning his balls.
Yeah. I'm going to F you up, Jesus, and so, but they made a movie about him. I guess they showed him so I've got to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. Who's a big Lebowski fan? Our buddy Carter, who I spoke to this week. He's like, oh, you guys got a podcast. So, but yeah, he's a big Lebowski fan.
Is that Captain Carter?
Yeah. Where's the money, Lebowski?
Like Captain America.
So yeah, that is a great movie. How about Major League?
Yeah. I didn't even. Yeah. So Major League is a great movie.
Oh my God.
I have a list of some crappy movies I wrote down. As good as Major League was, how bad was Major League 2?
Sequels?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's always
horrible.
Except for a few exceptions, like Rocky 2, right?
Yeah, but even Rocky after
Well, Rocky got crazy.
Yeah.
So, 5, whatever, that's just a money grab. But straight sequels, okay?
Yeah, Major League 2.
They're usually not good.
No.
Major League 2 was horrible. Slapshot 2,
I didn't
horrible.
even see it,
Caddyshack 2. The next Karate Kid, because we didn't even talk about the Karate Kid. That's a great movie, too.
Yes, I have Karate Kid on my honorable mentions.
So
Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi. That was a good movie, too.
2 and 3 were good.
It's a cruel summer, Brian. It's a cruel summer for you.
This school sucks.
Bananarama. This school sucks, man.
Karate Kid 2 is good.
You think so?
I thought so. I liked it.
Karate, wasn't that the next Karate Kid?
No, that was the fourth one in the whole thing. So there's 2.
I don't even know.
There was 2 and then 3. Remember 3 was...
one with Hilary Swank was in one of them.
Yeah, that was the next Karate Kid. It was after 3. So they did 3. Remember that was like they...
2 was Ralph Macchio goes
They go over to Okinawa.
Yeah, that was okay.
Right. And speaking of that, so while we're on that subject, that Cobra Kai, all right?
My wife watched it. I never got into it. Did you?
I watched the first season and then the second season, and I'm sitting there going... Okay, how many karate fights can you have in one town? It's like, oh, we're gonna have another karate fight. It's like, come on,
get him a body bag, Johnny.
Yeah. Well, they bring all those guys back. He actually goes back to Okinawa. It's just okay, dude. We're over it now. All right, your life sucks. Whatever it is, I don't care. Johnny's in it. He's in it. Ralph Macchio, but. Karate Kid was one of the best movies ever.
It was a great movie.
Yeah. So everybody tried to do the crane thing and nobody broke their neck, I guess. Or maybe somebody did. I don't know. But yeah, so Karate Kid.
You know what I don't understand? It's on. It's on all the time.
What,
so
Karate Kid?
Yeah. So maybe someone could, tweet us or
comment.
Whatever. And I'm sure we'll get a bunch of movies we left out. But that's what we want. Let us know.
Yeah.
So when they're doing the points in the fight at the end, right?
Right.
Like Johnny hits. What the hell is Ralph Macchio's? What was his name in the movie?
Oh my God! Now you're having a brain fart. Daniel LaRusso.
Daniel LaRusso.
Daniel LaRusso.
He hits him in the face, so they're like no points, illegal contact.
Yeah.
But then the crane
kicks him in the face,
and he wins.
I don't know.
So I never ever understood.
I didn't get that either. So
maybe a foot to the face.
Daniel LaRusso's gonna fight.
Daniel LaRusso's gonna fight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's like what? Yeah. Can you do that thing, Mr. Miyagi? I don't know.
Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi. So, He was great. Pat Morita was great.
No,
Yeah.
it's a good movie. I mean, all the movies we mentioned.
Did you know he was a stand-up comedian?
I did not.
Yeah, Pat Morita was actually a stand-up comedian. I never saw it. I mean, I heard that. That's what I
I
heard.
think you're making it up.
Nuh-uh. I'm telling you. look it up.
I'm joking.
What else we got?
So that's us as movie critics. That's all I had. Yeah, I didn't have anything else on my notes. How about you?
Gunga Galunga.
Gunga Lunga Lunga. The Caddyshack was on last night. I was watching it. He goes, "This stuff's great." When what's his name's playing through his apartment or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. So here's a little bit of trivia.
Cannonball. He's smoking weed. He goes, "This stuff's great. You can play 18 on it. You can smoke it."
Here's a little bit of trivia for that. That scene was put into the movie afterwards.
I'm sure because it looks
because they were the two big stars at the time, Chevy Chase and Bill
And they
Murray.
just let 'em go?
And they never had when they watched the whole movie through, they realized they never had a scene together, and people wanted to see that, so they put that scene in there.
It's a great scene,
and
too.
it's a great scene.
Cannonball, run, chase it down.
Sensimilia. He's like, can I
So
just?
what you do with Schmills is you cut he says hamstring, but he's talking about his Achilles. It's the best. You cut his hamstring there, and his weight will stay on the right side. He can never get off it, and he's always going to go to the right.
He's like, can I get a ruling here? How about when he
It's
said,
one of the, and so all the movies we mentioned, to me
It's
anyway,
the whole-
if they're on TV, I stop and
gotta
watch them.
Yeah. So I got that going for me. All right.
So anyway,
is that it?
listen, it's summertime. We want to be lighter. We want to be quicker. We want to be fun. So we thought this was a fun one. We'll come up with a good, fun show for you again next week. And then, hey, football season's around the corner. We're going to do a little segment where I quiz Brian. He's going to learn something new every week, and we're going to have
Gonna
fun.
learn. Yeah.
And we have some things coming down the. Do you say pipe or pike?
It's Pike, I believe.
Like a turnpike,
Yeah,
like the
it's coming
Mass
down the
Turnpike
pike,
coming
yeah.
down the pike.
Yeah.
But I think people say pipe coming down the pipe because
Right, yeah.
you could technically go down a pipe, right? It's round.
Yeah, but that's not what it is.
But it's pike.
Yeah.
All right, well,
yeah. I think. Let's see. Hold on.
no, you're right.
All right.
You and that effing phone. You don't have
I'm
to
checking things.
That's the death of our
I'm the fact
society.
checker.
These
I'm the
damn
fact checker.
smartphones.
I'm fact
I wish we
checking you.
just got rid of them and just went back to looking at people in the eyes, talking to them, making fun of them like we
Yeah,
do.
it's
to
Pike.
each other.
See.
So okay, I had it right.
Well,
I went to school in Massachusetts. I know what a turnpike is.
You know what? I'm going to go off on a tangent for a second here, but watching Stranger Things.
My kids watch it. I don't watch it, but
fourth season now.
I had a couple of people who are like, "You should watch it. It's everything
Right.
when you grew up in
It's
the 80s."
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I'm watching it and I'm laughing because they don't have the phones and everything else. And it's like, we got along pretty good without it.
We got along great without it.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a whole nother show.
So we're going to keep it fun. Again, if you like what you're listening to, like us, give us a 5-star review. Let us move up the food chain in the podcast
And
world.
What's our Twitter handle? Is it
At Rookies Podcast.
right?
Think about
Yeah.
it. At Rookies Podcast. Yeah, you can find us there. And again, if we left a movie off and you say you guys are idiots, you left this movie off, go ahead. Let us know.
We'd love to get some feedback from everybody, what your opinions are. If you agree with us, disagree with us, we'd love to hear what you guys are thinking.
And we got some stuff coming down the pike show-wise
There you
that
go.
we'll throw in there. And obviously, you guys have spoken by your listens. You like the police stuff, so I think
Yeah,
we're
they
going to
do.
come up with some good stuff. Now, again, Mr. Authoritative over there, Brian, he gets a little nervous because he's still an active detective. He gets so mad when I say that. He doesn't want me to say that. But oh well, we'll come up with some stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I probably we both have a good amount of old cases that have gone their
Closed.
course that we could talk about. That we mentioned, I think, in the last one. Did we mention the Forever 21 robbery, or
We
did
should
we not
probably go
mention
over
it?
We could probably go over that case.
We had a really
Yeah,
good
it was a
robbery,
robbery.
that we
Yeah.
solved,
Yeah.
and it was good. Got a conviction, guy went to prison, and it was a good robbery.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do a show where we just talk about that.
Sure.
Like a case, we'll pick a case and go start to finish. I think people would enjoy that, what it entails and what we did, and
Yeah. Yep. We have a few.
yeah, and we have a few gotaways too. So
I don't.
Can't say gotaways?
I don't know. Well, I mean, they do say it, but
well, Captain Carter likes to say about a bank robber that got away from a case.
oh
I had,
yeah,
but the FBI screwed it up as far as I'm concerned. I don't care.
Wait a
The
minute.
FBI got involved, so
the FBI screwed something up.
you believe it or not.
Shocker.
But anyway, hey, Jinx.
Oh,
Thanks for listening to I believe it was episode 20 of Professional Rookies. Have a great week, everyone, and make sure you tune in next week.
have a good week, everybody.